Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
This is Mike.
This is Josh.
And this is My So-Called Whatever.
Hey.
Hey guys.
We
What's
have
up?
some special guests. Yes.
And we're super excited.
Yes.
So
Thank
we
you for
have
having
Mike and
us.
Josh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The pleasure is ours.
Yes.
This is Mike and Josh. They are from the New Pod on the Block podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have heard it, then you know. If you haven't, well, now you know. And we'll get into some stuff.
Yeah, they're two guys that talk about boy bands. Come on.
Let's go.
Yes, we are.
I mean,
very
come on.
passionately talk about boy bands.
very passionately. Very, very passionately.
This is
yes.
amazing. I mean, I have to say just real quick. So I've listened to some of your episodes and like some of the things that you know or like pull out or boy bands that I never even thought like
I'm like, how
I
the
guess,
hell do
I
they
guess
know
they are a
that?
boy band.
Oh
Like
my
I never really thought
God.
about it.
Yeah.
Wikipedia is your friend.
Yeah.
It's my best friend for the show.
Mike does incredible research for the show. Seriously. Like incredible.
He's being modest.
Yeah. No, I'm not being modest. You come into my room, we record in my room, and like it's just like a Word document of like they were number one at 2005, and then they reached the Billboard charts, and it just everything. He just has everything like
So cool.
that's all Mike.
We found a good groove that like I'll handle a lot of like the research and like the production of like the layout of what we're gonna do, and Josh is the editing and producing wizard, and I always feel bad because I'm like I know how much work he does with all of his other podcasts, and I'm like, hey, can you turn around this podcast? And like by the end of the night, like even though you have everything else going on, like a full-time actual job.
So how did you even okay. Well, first, we should probably talk about how this podcast came to be.
Okay, so
Yeah, you take it away.
I'll take it away. Mike and I have known each other since I was probably like 10. Mike, you were maybe 8, 9.
8.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a really long time, and just kind of kept in touch here and there, follow each other on Instagram. And one day I posted 5 when the lights go out to my Instagram story, and Mike responded. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like, "This is a bop" or something.
Such an underrated boy band, bop or something like that. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know why,
Agreed.
but it came to my head. Oh my God, we should do a boy band podcast. There's nothing like this out. And he was totally down. I mean, I'm the type of person where if I start something, I really go for it. Like I dive head first and I become obsessed with it. And Mike is sort of the same way. And I mean that in a really good way. I mean, he's very committed to the podcast and he's very committed to anything he puts his mind to. So I just think that, you combine that with the fact that we really did love boy bands. We had our own boy band when we were 11.
What?
Yeah, it was just natural. It was perfect.
This is amazing. What? You had your own boy band?
We boy band, yes.
Oh
we
my
did little
God.
shows around our we met each other at an after school child care center kind of thing, like an after school program thing. And we would just like lip sync and like dance around to, various Backstreet Boys and then sing songs, because those were like the two main groups at the time. And and then years and years later we still loved boy bands, and I just happened to see that on his Instagram and respond. And this is also at like 1:00 in the morning. Like, and we're
Start a podcast.
And like when he threw that out there, I was like, yeah, totally. But then I'm like I don't know if he was kidding or not, but like I'm not. Like I will totally do this. Like if you're down for a boy band podcast, we can totally do this. So yeah, I actually found out the date. It was January 25th, 2019.
Wow.
Was the day
That's
you posted.
fantastic.
Our anniversary's coming up, Mike.
I know.
Woo!
I have to do something special for it for the
2
for the
years.
fans.
Yeah.
You're gonna need like a cake or something.
I
Yeah.
know. Seriously.
No,
We've done
no,
that.
I'm serious. We did that. You get a cake
Okay.
and do it. Like celebrate it,
enjoy.
because that's a lot of hard work that you guys have put into it.
Mhm.
Celebrate all you can.
You're invited.
I
You're invited
appreciate
to the
it.
party, Nikki.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So
That's amazing.
I can't believe you had your own boy band. That is incredibly amazing.
So did you have a
And
name?
Yeah.
The chumps.
The chip chunks.
The chip chunk.
That's great. That's
I love
great.
that. The
Yeah.
chip
Yeah.
chunk.
We
The
didn't name
chip
it.
chunk.
That was our friend Corey. That was.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Well, hey,
That's
you have a name
awesome.
though. I mean,
It sounds disgusting. It sounds like something you throw up. Chip chunks.
It kind of does. Like I ate too many Doritos.
Yeah.
and I had the chip chunks.
Yeah, if we ever made it big, our manager would have changed our name immediately. 'Cause they're like, yeah, this
100%.
doesn't brand very well.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Nanook and New Kids.
I
Like-
just found that out today. I'm like, how would Nanook, like
Yeah,
Nanook,
Nanook.
like that was their original. Yeah, no, New Kids on the Block is
Way better.
I
so
totally
much
just
better.
mispronounced that. It's everybody's like
It's
Nikki.
fine. Well, it's a weird name.
Yeah. Like, and I honestly, before we started the podcast, I didn't know that. Like, we're not experts. We are not
Yeah.
experts.
Oh, no,
We're
We're
not
not.
experts.
We
Neither
love
are
New
we.
Kids, but we're not New Kids experts.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Neither are we.
So
fans.
We just love boy bands and we like talking about it, and we generally love, just genuinely love the music, but we're not experts at all. And we say that at the beginning of our podcast too. Like, this is subjective. Like, we're gonna miss songs that and we're sorry.
yeah.
yeah.
It,
'cause
it just is what it is.
a lot of
Right.
a lot of our articles, a lot of our episodes are like listicles or like rankings or whatever, and we tell people like, yeah, like this is what we think. I mean, we try to actually rank, what we think are like the top or whatever the best are. If we're gonna do like most underrated, most overrated, whatever. But at the end of the day, like we're just these are the opinions of two guys.
Mhm.
So
And they're great opinions.
Well, thank you.
So
I
I
appreciate
mean,
that.
I love
Yeah.
the male perspective.
I do. I enjoyed
It's so
it.
unique.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's different. I assume it's a little different than what the females do.
It's different than anything I've ever listened to. And that's why I was like, Brooke, we need to get these guys on the podcast. Like these guys, I've never heard anything like it. They're like super passionate about what they're doing, and they're not like making fun of boy bands. They're like actually talking about boy bands and being
They're
serious
fans.
about it.
Yeah, and
So-
like jabs we throw in are all out of love and in good fun.
Mhm.
Like like Josh does a pretty good Nick Carter impression and whatnot,
Yeah.
and we'll like jab like some of the other people. But like, God forbid we ever got like or any of the boy band members on, we'd be like, listen, it's all out of love. Like,
So I have to ask now. So now I'm like super intrigued. So you're Chip Chunks. Did you have like the boy band formula? Were there 5 of you? Did you was there a bad boy? Was there like the baby?
Without saying, we didn't assign. So it was me, Mike, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, Carlos, Corey.
we had it was a rotating line. I mean, we had a bunch of
was like
people. Like
9
Carlos and Corey were in there at one point.
Yeah.
Richard Annabelle was in. My brother was in.
Yeah.
Angel was in.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You were like
I think that's
Menudo.
like-
Yeah, I was gonna say Menudo.
Yes. Yes. Essentially.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah. Just we weren't all Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I actually,
That is amazing.
our old counselor, Miss Megan, kept telling us for years that she's like, oh, like I still have like footage of like the shows or whatever. I'm like, if you do, I need that tape immediately. Like I need it tomorrow. I will come to your house and pick it up. And then when she found it one day, I'm like, I will literally drive to your house right now. And I picked it up and I played it for Josh, and he's like, well, he wasn't in that particular thing. I guess he had I don't know, not the word graduated, whoever he moved on from the childcare center, but I'm like, I watched it and it was very, very cringeworthy.
I
I feel like you need to put it on TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like you
Oh
do.
God,
Yes, for sure.
I don't think the world is ready for that.
We are though.
We are,
though.
So there you go.
Speaking of TikTok, that is where I discovered you.
Same.
Oh my.
Yes. Yeah.
Yo, Mike.
Same.
I'll take a bow for that one.
And then I couldn't get enough. I was like, this is legit. Like, this guy loves boy bands. You know, and I kept forwarding them to Brooke. I'm like, and then we listened to you guys, and I'm just like, I'm gonna message them. I'm gonna message them and ask them to come on the podcast because this is amazing. So
what was so funny is like you had been seeing them. I had been seeing them,
Mhm.
and then you forwarded one to me. And you know when like somebody sends you a TikTok and you've already liked it, like I've seen this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, these guys are great. This is so different.
yeah, the
Put on
one
the
that sealed the deal is when you were talking about Jordan Knight.
Yeah,
that was the
one
sealing
that
of the
sealed it
deal.
for me.
And we
That
were
was
like,
sealed it
yes,
for me.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
I am a Jordan girl through and through, and so I heard it and I was like, they know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Mike.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, that's all Mike. I was a fan of Jordan Knight, but my thoughts of Jordan Knight and my memories are Give It to You and like his solo career. And then Mike.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit younger than us.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot bit younger than us. We said we're old as shit when we were just talking today. I was like,
Yeah.
because we were comparing notes to one of your episodes. We were listening to the BDE episode, and I was like, Brooke, we are old, and Brooke goes, old as shit, and I was like, yeah, because
I mean,
you know, when NSYNC was around for us, we could go to the beer tent. Like we were in our 20s.
Wow.
I mean, when they first came out, we were in high school.
Right.
Right.
But then when they were like, when we actually could go to their concerts and stuff, we were,
like when we had like grown money.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like that's the ideal age though. Like, you know,
it
like,
was.
Oh, it was.
we were kids.
Oh my
Like, you know,
gosh.
we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, we were like following them. We were like,
We'd
go
hop on a
find out where
plane.
they are. And that was the days of the internet where you had to rely on message boards and you just hope that they were right. You know, like this hotel, whatever, you know, all these girls are going to be staying here, like stay here. And so that's what we did. And it just happened to be NSYNC was there. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, what
Like-
the hell is happening?
Like we were on the same floor because
Yeah.
I remember booking the room and saying like they're going to stay on the executive floor, so we've got to stay on the executive floor.
And
so we
on the
did.
executive floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like 5
What kind of
paychecks
job
for
did you
me.
have at the
And
like,
well, I worked for an airline, so we got free like
Flights.
flying because she was my like buddy.
Oh,
So because I wasn't married, so we could fly together for free, and then like all it was really paying for the room, and so but that was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
I mean, it was a lot of money, but it was worth every penny.
every penny.
And when you live with your parents,
true. Saving up.
yeah.
Yeah.
you
But,
know,
like, we were so nervous. We were just like,
So
like going by there. I'm like, they're in there.
that's Justin's bag.
Yes.
Like
Take a
their
picture
bags
of
are
me. Take a
outside.
picture of me.
That's dedication to the hustle though. I mean, like
Yeah.
5 paychecks worth to stay at the executive
Yeah,
floor.
it probably wasn't 5, but it was more than 2. It was more than 2.
I mean, yeah, you know what, like $300-$400 a night for 2-3 nights, but it worth it.
yeah, when you're working part time and
and that's
you know.
$300-$400 a night, you know, in 1998. Like,
right,
right,
yeah,
right.
like even now, like for me, I'm like, I'm not spending $400 a night. And it's in
Yeah.
2020. Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
On the same floor.
And I even want to think it was a little bit more than that. I don't want to think it's
Yeah.
like $500 a night.
It
believe
may have been. It was a lot, but
Yeah, but anyway,
we worked it out.
Yeah, so we there is an age gap. However, listening to your podcast, I don't feel it. Like because
awesome.
I feel like you're filling us in on stuff that maybe we don't know as much about because we were a little bit older. And then like I was like, we can tell them
Yes.
how it is for the stuff that we experience. And there's even people older than us that tell us how it is. So
Absolutely. We have listeners that were like that age, like 18, 19 during the height of New Kids in their
yeah,
prime.
like 89. Yeah.
So it's their
You
experience.
guys weren't
was
even
totally
born
different.
yet, right?
I was about
89.
87.
87. Okay.
They're not that much younger.
They're
And
not
here's the
that-
thing.
Yeah.
Age
Okay.
is nothing but a number.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, R. Kelly said that. So
Let's take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, R. Kelly. Womp womp.
It is facts, but we're just going to ignore the sourcing on that.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, we need to know,
hmm
topic of boy bands, individually, each of you, Mike and Josh,
Okay.
who are your top three?
I defer.
Whoever wants to go first can throw it out there.
Josh, what did you
I
say?
defer to you.
So what I will say is to give any of our new pod on the block listeners who are listening to this a little bit of a spoiler. Well, actually, no, this episode's already going to air, or our episode's already going to be aired. But for our season finale, we're going to do the great debate, like, you know, because I feel like everyone,
Oh.
for the most part, people consider NSYNC and Backstreet Boys to be like the top two. That's what I think a general consensus is. So, like, you know, and Josh and I, those are like our two favorites. So I'm like, you know, we're going to debate it out. So I'm not going to say where, I mean, we like, you know, we joke around like, you know, we're NSYNC fans and whatnot, but if we're going to like really have a debate, like for our podcast, I'm like, well, who is better? Like, let's really break this down. Like, we're going to do the research and whatnot. So I don't know how it's going to all pan out. I just will
can't
say,
wait for that episode. Oh my word.
My
That's
vote's
great.
for NSYNC.
yeah. So yeah, if it was just like a fan vote, I would say yeah. But I mean, if we're gonna like really, really break it down, like I just want to see the research first. But yeah, I would probably say NSYNC just off my gut, and then Backstreet Boys number
Yeah.
two.
I have a lot of love for Backstreet Boys too. So
Yeah, and that's what we also tell people. It's like we don't hate the Backstreet Boys by any stretch of the imagination. We
No.
just prefer the style and everything about NSYNC a little bit better. But you know, who knows? Maybe we'll do our research and we'd have a little versus battle with one another. And you know, he'll take one side, I'll take the other, and we might come to an agreement. Like, hey, actually, you know, the Backstreet Boys are better.
No.
And that's
yeah. have
Spoiler, no.
you guys watched the movie that Lance did?
And Joey.
Oh my gosh.
It was on the train. Something about the train. Was it right?
Oh no, not on the line.
On the line, right? Yeah.
On the line was fantastic.
I didn't see it.
But it's great.
Okay.
It's great. You should watch it because Lance sings like alone, and it was like my everything because I was a Lance girl, so I was like Lance. But Lance did a documentary about having complete respect for Backstreet Boys after watching that, and then watching their documentary that was on Netflix. I highly recommend it because you're gonna just be like, wow, Backstreet Boys. They were first.
Yeah, they were.
They were first.
They were.
Yeah.
So,
In that era. I mean, new kids on the block.
I'll say New Kids were first.
well, New
really,
Kids
yeah.
were first.
Yeah.
Oh, New Kids are like on their own platform.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, New Edition was first, and then New Kids, and then
Right.
Then it came, you know. But yeah, I highly recommend for your research. Watch that documentary. What's the documentary called?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me just look it up real quick.
And Josh,
What's your three? What's your number three? We always say NSYNC Backstreet Boys. I never got your third.
so I literally have a little breakdown here of like, you know, who am I going to go with?
You see,
for,
this is what he does.
I love
This is what he brings.
I love this. So that's like Nikki.
So
That's like
What?
Nikki.
What? I missed it.
Okay.
I have a
show
little
it.
like pro con of like, you know, who like my
Yes.
3 and 4, because I've said on our podcast, I think the Mountain Rushmore of boy bands in no particular order is NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, New Kids, One Direction. Like I think those are the top 4. If you're gonna
I'm
talk
gonna
about
agree with
boy
you
bands,
on that.
like so, you know, but who would be for me? Like who would be 3? And I'm like, it's got to be New Kids or One Direction, and they're just so completely different that I'm like, I don't know. Like they're in 2 completely different generations. New Kids dances, One Direction doesn't dance at all. I think
Mhm.
the New Kids vocals are like, they're okay, but I think the One Direction vocals are exceptional. You know, New Kids had no social media. One Direction has all kinds of social media. Gun to my head, I would say for like top 3 best boy bands, probably I might say New Kids on the Block, just because like without New Kids,
Yes.
there is no NSYNC, there is no Backstreet Boys, there probably is no
It's
One
true.
Direction. So I'm like, just that alone, you know, and reaching everything that they reach without any kind of social media, whatever. Give it to the
Right.
boys from
Lou
Boston.
Pearlman would have never had the idea, supposedly,
Sure.
because
Alright.
he
Get that.
he supposedly while he was flying his planes, like had the idea and he flew New Kids on the Block. You know,
In a documentary.
it's the documentary is called The Boy Band Con.
Right.
So watch it.
Great.
You can watch it on YouTube. It's awesome.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
Wait, is that the boy? Is that the Lou Pearlman story or
Yes.
no? Okay,
Yes,
yeah, no,
it
I
is.
watched that. Yeah, Josh and I have talked about like for season 3 when we do like we need to do some like different episodes and like Josh had even mentioned like looking at different documentaries or whatever and either breaking it down or just kind of giving thoughts on them whatever and making like episodes out of those instead of just doing like hey we're gonna rank our top 10 overrated underrated and just keep doing
I totally
rankings all the
listen
time.
because I'd like to hear your take after watching a documentary like the Backstreet Boys documentary that I watched that I never in a million years thought I was going to watch. And I was just like, I love Backstreet Boys. Like, I love them. After watching that, I was just like, newfound respect. So
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Yeah.
Cool.
All right,
What about you, Josh? You're on the spot now.
NSYNC's definitely first. Backstreet Boys. And Mike, you know what I'm about to say. I will die on this hill. I will die on this hill.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Together. I am not.
No.
What? Wait a minute. They're not even real.
You plus me equals calculus?
Their-
No, what?
Their second album, I kid you not, please.
I didn't even know they had a second album.
Thank you. I beg, listen to their second album. It is
Okay, I will. Because I think they're
one of
hilarious.
the best
So
albums I've ever heard in my life. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I know they're a joke. I know. I get it. I'm telling you.
So, knowing Josh, one, as long as I've known him, and two, as well as I know him, and like in his background and his credentials and whatnot. If it was anybody else, I couldn't take that answer seriously, like at all. I still laugh, but I'm like, this dude knows more about music than I'll ever forget. So like, he's got a point, and I mean, and I love Together's music. I personally can't get past that block of like they were like a joke band, like put together, but like But Calculus, hardest part of breaking up is getting back to is a bomb.
Tracks. They have tracks on their second album. And also we have this debate on our podcast. Like I love Boyz II Men, but are they a boy band? So there's like they have like this gray area. It's like, well, they're an R&B.
Yeah.
They're men, and it's so there's like this little debate that we keep having on our podcast. We're gonna try to settle the debate with a guest, but yeah, and I would like to ask you, Ashley, what defines a boy band to you, Nikki and Brooke? Because we have this discussion all the time. We have a hard time differentiating.
Excuse me, but I get my paper and pen out here for this.
Do you want me to go, or do you want to go?
Go ahead, you go for it.
Okay, because I have very strong feelings about
good.
this. So my idea of a boy band is literally 5 members. Like they could be 7, whatever. I know
BTS.
BTS, thank you, has what, like 9, 7?
Like a million.
Something like that, yeah.
So and that's great. Like I respect them, but I feel like there's a boy band like formula, and there are certain rules that are taken with the boy band formula, and that forms the boy band. So like it could be 4 too, but I don't think 3. And like I don't consider Hanson a boy band because they're brothers.
I don't either.
I don't consider the Jonas Brothers a boy band.
I don't either.
Okay.
No.
What about LFO?
I consider LFO a boy band.
Yes, I do, because they're not brothers.
With it too, right? I assume like
The
the
what?
sound of their music.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hanson
Yeah.
was more like natural instruments, and they played their own instruments, whereas LFO was more, like in the studio. So
Right.
it's very hard. Like we're having a hard time coming up with guidelines of like what a boy band is. Like we had, the greatest boy band song of all time challenge, and we have Boyz II Men songs in there because like how could we not put Boyz II Men? But at the same time, it's like how could we put Boyz II Men? We have this consistent like battle, like and like we just still haven't come up with we need a boy band constitution. That's what we need.
Yes, we do. We absolutely do.
Josh, I think we found our season 3 premiere.
Yes.
The boy band constitution.
I am
think that's
listening.
amazing.
I will be listening when you guys release it, because I want to hear this.
You can be our guest. That'd be fun.
Hey,
We can do it together.
we would love to.
That would be amazing.
We would love to.
Season 3,
That would
episode
be
1 is booked
perfect.
already, Mike. Let's do it.
Awesome.
But seriously, I have very strong feelings about this because especially when Lou Pearlman was just like cranking them out, he was using the formula, and the formula was working. And Maurice Starr, like he had already used that formula somewhat with New Edition, but really used it with New Kids. Like it just fell together. And I think New Kids were the ones that actually produced the formula. Like this is what you follow in order to be a successful boy band. So
I'm very simple. Boy bands have a certain sound. I mean, they're pop, and they don't play instruments. Like they can play instruments like in their fun, like for fun, but they don't play instruments on the regular. They're not, doing that on their album.
No, because they're dancing.
Right. Because here's the thing. If that's the case, then why wouldn't okay.
Bon Jovi.
No, exactly. But like why the first band that came to my mind, I don't know why. I don't know why. But then why wouldn't Lifehouse be considered a boy band? Like, do you know what I mean?
Lifehouse.
Why wouldn't Bush be considered a boy band?
No, it's
Lifehouse. Where'd you pull that from?
I have no idea. You guys, I don't know. I'm hanging by a moment. I don't know.
Nice.
So I just feel like they're pop. They don't play instruments. They're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, I'm pretty simple. It can be 3 members, 4 members, 5 members, 1 million members, like BTS. And as long as they kind of follow that, then that's a boy band to me.
Like I look at, because one big argument that I hear from people is like, if they play instruments or if they play their own instruments, like they're not a boy band. Like they are a rock group, they're something else, whatever. But like I don't know how to describe this, but I guess like if you're making music that is designed to appeal to like, the female base,
Mm-hmm.
like, and you just kind of have that look and that swagger, what I like that's why like I look at the Jonas Brothers and I'm like, you're a boy band. Like you are, like you can be a rock band, you can, whatever, but like, come on, like, let's be serious.
They do have that appeal. They do sing to their audience. That is true. I don't know.
can't
Just
see it
because
as a
they're
boy band.
brothers, they're brothers. I can't get over the. I mean, you can have brothers,
Right.
but you can't
Well,
all
right.
be brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Jordan Knight,
Jordan
the
and
Knight
John.
Brothers. Yeah.
But right, no, you can't all be brothers. And
And they don't really dance a lot.
they're
the
like
Jonas
a pop
Brothers.
band.
Yeah.
They're a pop band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They don't dance at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's no, and that, like I said, Josh and I, and we have the discussion all the time. We've mentioned it a lot that like, listen, we know like it's a boy band podcast, but like if we're really just going to talk about exclusively like boy bands, like we're just going to be talking about NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the
Right.
Block, like,
Right.
Right.
like we
Right.
have to expand it and take a little creativity in there, creative decisions. And that's where like we discuss Boys to Men, like what do we do with them? Because
Right. Well, people would fight me on that because they would say Boys to Men is definitely a boy band. But and,
100%.
I mean, there's a lot of people that would disagree with our formula.
Right.
But
yeah, and some people would be like, no, they are an R&B group. Like that's who they are. And
That's
when
how
we
I
were-
feel.
when I was researching songs for our official, unofficial greatest boy band songs of all time that we could remember bracket challenge, like I found, Rolling Stone, Billboard put out like these lists of ranking the best boy band songs of all time, and they would have Motown Philly in there, but then they wouldn't have like, which like, and I love Motown Philly. It's probably my favorite Boys to Men song, but they don't have End of the Road. They don't have, I'll Make Love to You. Like they're pinnacle songs, like, and so it's like, would you just not consider those boy band songs because those are far better than Motown Philly? But
Yeah, right.
so it's what do you do with them? And that was a big issue that we had in terms of like ranking or seeding them. Like where do we put them
Talking about them.
in this bracket? Like do we give them?
Or even talking about them on the show. I mean, another
Yeah.
just coming up.
Well, I think it should be inclusive anyway, because like I said, people would definitely consider, especially like Hanson, Jonas Brothers, they do consider them a boy band. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like taking everybody's opinions and going with that, which is great.
Yeah,
You're
I
taking
wasn't
the
like,
subjective
I
and
wasn't
just-
like, what was the Fate? Who sings Faded? Soul Direction.
Soul Decision, baby.
I was like, I wasn't,
love
I
that
wasn't gonna
song.
fight
That's
you
our
on that.
shit.
I wasn't gonna fight you on that. So
So Trevor Guthrie, the lead singer of Soul, like he's the only prominent boy band member who's ever like DM'd us or gotten back to us or whatever, and like he actually agreed to be on our show.
that's amazing.
And then like it was right at the time where like life just got crazy for the two of us, and
Yeah.
we just like kind of had to abruptly end season 1. That I've thought about like sliding back into his DMs, being like, "Hey, guy,
Do
want
it.
to come back on?" Like I
Do it.
totally
I
would.
think
Yeah.
season 3 is going to be more guest centric discussion instead of like listicles and things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. But I think we're definitely
I love it. I love that you're switching things up, and
Yeah.
we're
It's-
kind
it's
of
a hard
in the
topic
same
to talk
format, but
it's a hard topic to talk about over and over again. Like how
Yeah.
how many times can you talk about the same songs and the same albums and the same charts and everything like that? So you got to switch it up and you got to be creative. I mean, you two have over 200 episodes, so you tell us, like, how'd you do that?
Yeah, that's
we do, but some of them are a little cringeworthy. Like some of them we'll listen to and we're like, oh man, let's just skip over that one. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, but
Yeah.
we again, our community, a lot of our content is completely filtered to us from our community.
Right.
Like their
That,
stories,
like what they
and their
want and what they want
experiences.
us they want us to talk about. So we're just like, all right, we'll talk about this.
Cool.
We'll talk about that. That's fine.
Right. We'll do a
Um,
rewatch. We'll do,
right.
but of course, because we have like the
the 80s,
80s and 90s
component.
and new kids.
Mhm.
So we have a lot to pull from.
Yeah.
and like I just put up a like an Instagram like poll of like, hey, what topics or episodes would you want to hear about in season 3? And I got a couple of people saying like, hey, you did like 2 girl group episodes, like we'd love to hear more about the girl
Yeah.
groups or whatever. And like Josh and I were talking, we can see this kind of morphing into kind of like an 80s 90s like pop cast kind of thing of like
Nice.
where we talk a little bit more about like the Britney Christine, like just kind of like that era.
I think
Because like
that's
Josh was
great.
saying, like it's very tough to go just week after week of just boy bands. Either you're just
Right.
going to run out of content, or if you can keep pulling content out of your rear, I feel like some people are going to be like, okay, enough already. Like we're tired. Like we know Mike loves Jordan Knight, and Josh is going to die on the hill that Together is one of the greatest boy bands of all time. But like we love you guys, but like we're done. So yeah, we might mix it up and see what happens.
Oh, that's great.
I fully support a Christina Britney.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
maybe that's like a 3 episode type of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
like a trilogy.
Team Britney.
I mean, I
Yes.
also Team Britney, but those are we
Same.
listen to that music too. Like Mike and I, we just always loved pop music, so it wasn't just boy bands. Like I have all Britney CDs, I have Christina Aguilera CDs. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Like I know their songs and I know every lyric, and I get in the hall.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
This is
We
great
do.
because here's the thing. You guys are just speaking the truth. Don't even tell me that there aren't other guys that possibly are listening to this as their wife is listening to this or whatever that don't know all the songs to Hit Me Baby One More Time. Like, come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank
You do.
I'm hearing no lies detected throughout
Yeah.
all of this.
Right.
I joke with people that like everyone's a Celine Dion fan even if they don't want to admit it. I think it's the same thing for like Britney, Christina, and boy bands. Like I Want It That Way comes on. Like trust me,
Yeah.
I go to karaoke nights, whatever, and when they just like play I Want It That Way, that bar is hopping.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is screaming at the top of their lungs. So whether
Yeah.
it's the jock or the cheerleader or the nerdy people, like everyone's singing to that song,
Right.
Because it's just good fun music.
It really is. It really is. And there's good memories attached to it. I'm sure for you guys and for us and for our people listening. Like it's just fun music. It's great to talk about because people enjoy it and it's fun. I just repeated what I said.
When you two were having the discussion of like what constitutes a boy band and whatnot, and Josh and I like even like what makes up a boy band, like I was laughing to myself because I remembered as you guys brought it up that when I was briefly in a boy band a couple of years ago, we had a we had like an intro to I think it actually led into calculus. But like it's like audio clip when it says like there are 5 basic concepts or 5 basic types to any basic boy band, and then like and it lists literally it's like you got your heartthrob and you got the and that's why I'm like, oh my god, like they literally give us the formula there.
Right.
So, like
They
so they're trying to
really
like, find it so trying to find it in my iTunes or whatever. I'm like, I think it's this one, but I'm like, yeah, and I used to know it by heart, but now I don't remember what the hell it says.
I totally forgot that they did that.
I know, I did
funny.
too.
That's a clip.
That's
From the
funny.
Together movie. We gotta watch that, Mike. We need to rewatch.
The Together movie, I've seen it. We got to watch it again. That's
I
another
gotta
episode.
watch it,
Another
too.
episode.
I
Another-
haven't seen it in like 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Together. Oh, fun
I saw it at
memories.
your house, Nikki.
Yes, you did. I remember.
My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So-
oh my word.
What about like, okay, so concerts, what concerts have you been to? Maybe you've been to a ton and you don't have to list them all, but are there any that stand out? Have you ever done meet and greets? Like who have you
Yeah.
met? If you have met.
But real
And-
quick, can we just really
Yeah.
quick? I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but can we please talk about you being in a boy band like recently?
Like 2 years ago? Yeah, true.
I have to
right.
stop.
There was no way,
breezed over that.
like I know there was because there's no way to work in like how I knew that concept without like let me just try to like glide past this really quickly. yeah, so the synopsis, the Spark Note version. I went to go see a boy band cover band with my friend Theo. Shout out to Theo in Long Island, like in 2015. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, I need to be a part of this. Like, this is my dream right here. I need to be a part of this. And then 3 years later, I just happened to see that they were adding new members. So I cold DM'd, the group. I'm like, hey, I have no singing experience. I have no dancing experience, but I absolutely love boy bands. I know every lyric to every song. And, I will work my face off if you could just give me a shot. And thankfully they did. Spent about like a year and a half with them doing everything from DJing to drumming to, a couple of spot performances here and there. It was fun, and it was definitely a unique experience for someone who's like too shy to like sing in front of people, like to get up on a stage and like gyrate and like everything else. It was interesting.
That
So-
is fantastic.
Was it a cover band of a particular boy band?
No, they did everything, but I
They
mean,
did all of it.
mostly Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. But yeah, there was some Boyz II Men in there, New Edition, obviously Together, New Kids were they had a couple of songs in there from them. They really mixed in a little bit of everything. Hanson had a little bit of a set in there, so yeah, just pretty much everything.
That's something I would go
awesome.
to. That is something I would go see. I'm
Oh,
just saying. We have
my
nothing
gosh,
like that up here.
yes.
So if you
I
want to form a
mean-
boy band and come up to Maine, I think you have an audience.
Yo.
So
You do have at least of two.
yes.
Here we go.
Eh.
Well, look, we got the two of you, and then we got Donnie Wahlberg to tweet out, "Yo, go check out this boy band cover band," and boom, we're off and running.
That's amazing, and we're a fan of boy band cover bands.
Yes,
so-
we are. Yes, we are. We actually
my
had a
gosh.
brief intro to a boy band cover band. I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast. Yes, we have. And they were
Sink In.
called Sink In.
from
And
Canada.
we befriended the Chris of the group, and we
Nice.
because we're in Bangor, Maine, which is Stephen King, and he was so excited he wanted to see Stephen King's house, so we brought him and saw this is Stephen King's house, and that was that.
So since like we all loved like 80s and 90s, every single time I hear Bangor, Maine, I just think Julie the Cat Gaffney from Mighty Ducks, because like,
Yes,
that
yes,
was her
yes,
hometown.
yes.
Julie Gaffney, Bangor, Maine.
Yes,
That's all I know
Yes.
about Bangor, Maine.
yes, we get that too. Yes. So anyway, that was my brief little interruption. Brooke,
No,
continue,
it's-
please. As soon as she's done sneezing. Okay, so what she was asking you was what is, like, you guys have been to some concerts, and like what is your most favorite experience that you've had like at one of the concerts that you've been to?
That's crazy. I've never been to a boy band concert ever.
What?
Same.
I never saw one.
What?
What? Okay.
Never saw-
All right, guys.
Haven't met a member of the boy bands. Haven't done a meet and greet, a tour,
Okay.
a concert,
Nothing
nothing.
like that.
Because you're in New York, right?
Correct.
Not that far
Yeah.
away from Boston.
Right.
Not that far.
True.
The next time New Kids are in Boston, you're coming with us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go.
No, you are.
Yes.
100%. You
I'm-
have to do this.
Yes.
I do
Yes.
want to though. I wanted to see the Backstreet Boys in Vegas. That was kind of like a goal of mine. But
Yes.
then the
Me too.
pandemic happened.
Yeah.
I saw Britney in Vegas, which was cool. I know she's not a boy band, but Britney was dope.
Brooke did too.
I
Yeah.
did too, and she was
It
amazing.
was awesome.
I cried, and I don't cry.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't cry.
I am not emotional at all, and I cried like a baby.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
it's amazing that we host a boy band podcast, and we've like never been to a boy band concert.
And it would be just so much fun just for you guys to like do the meet and greet experience. Did you already say that, Brooke?
No, but
Okay. Yeah, because
It is
that is an
amazing.
experience in its own. Like,
I'd freak out.
incredible.
It'd be fun to
I'd freak
watch.
out. I would totally freak out. I'd like freeze up and
Donnie would love you.
Yes, he would. He would love you so
Donnie would
much.
eat you up.
Yes.
Donnie would also.
He
like the fact
would.
That he was number
Yes.
big dick energy rankings. I mean,
Number two.
that is just-
We should go to a New Kids on the Block concert with a silver medal that says
Yes,
Big Dick Energy,
yes, yes,
Donnie
Yes.
Wahlberg, and give it to him at the meet and greet.
Yes,
With silver penis.
he would love it.
No, he would. He would. He would love you.
Yes, he would.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
because he loves guys that like boy bands. Like we said before, he's a fantastic guy. He He loves his fans, and like he would just think that what you guys are doing is really cool. I feel like I don't know him enough to be like, oh yes, I know exactly what he's thinking, but I think he's gonna think it's really pretty cool. So
I like I said, I was listening to your episode with him, and like you could just tell. I mean, even though like, he's an actor, like you can just hear the passion that like he's truly thankful for, you know, the two of you and just all the blockheads and fans around the world. Like you can really tell when he says like, you know, you helped me through my divorce. You helped me, you helped us and everything else. Like you mean the world to us. Like, it's not just like him saying, yeah, no, you mean the world to us. Yeah. We love our fans. But like, no, it's not at all. Like, seems like a really chill dude.
Like he gets emotional and like everybody gets emotional. They just did a Zoom. It wasn't really a Zoom because like we couldn't participate in
like
it.
A live.
They did like a live, and he's so connected with us. He's so connected with us. He did this like video for us, and because we couldn't go on the cruise, and that's another thing. You guys know about the cruises, right?
No.
What?
No.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me that there's boy bands?
There are boy band cruises. Oh hell yes.
I'm gonna text my fiance right now. And be like, when COVID's over, we are going on a boy band cruise.
You will have so much freaking fun. Let me tell you, it was the best experience. Well, I mean, getting married, having my kids. It was in the top. It was in the top.
Like it's surreal. Like the New Kids on the Block cruise is like there's
it's a never ending party. It's a never you don't
I was a holdout for a long time.
Mm-hmm. She was.
And then finally Nikki wore me down.
Step by step. She wore you down.
Step by step. And I went, and let me tell you something. 4 days. I slept 10 hours. I had so much fun, and it's not even so much about and I have to say I have heard of other like band cruises.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're very different from the New Kids on the Block cruises because of the way that they interact with their fans, like New Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Lido deck parties every night, themed.
They come out and dance with you. Who does that?
I mean, we're there.
I danced with Jordan Knight. Like Jordan Knight put his arm around me and we danced.
I was like, what is happening?
like
throw out with Jordan Knight.
I can't even talk about it. The sea of people parted and Jordan Knight is coming at me and his arm goes around me and we danced. And
yeah,
that would never happen. Like that would never happen. That was never supposed to happen.
No, like they come through and they're magic. Like selfie time. Like, and I got a picture with Jordan Knight. I got a picture with Joey. You know, they all come and like take pictures with you and talk to you and hang out and dance. And Joey McIntyre's my favorite, obviously. And he was just like standing right there and just like drinking. And I'm just like, hey,
another guy on the cruise.
Yeah, it's
amazing. And even more so than anything else is you are on a boat full of like-minded people.
Right. So you make tons of friends, and that's what it's amazing. All about. Yeah.
Like Josh will, because Josh has seen me like kind of in my element. Like even like at a karaoke bar, or whatever, I'll probably be at max 40% goon. If I'm around people who think like me and behave like me, and crank it up to like 85, 90, it's forget about it. Like,
I love it.
Like, I woke up this morning not knowing that boy band cruises existed. And now I'm going to bed tonight knowing that boy band cruises existed. And just made like the best day of like COVID for me.
Now it's a bitch to get on the boat though. I will say that because everybody's trying to get on. And this past cruise, well, not this past one. Yeah, this past one too. But the one we didn't go on. But the one that it was Cruise X. So it was the 10th cruise that they've had. And like the things shut down, like the website shut down. And Brooke and I are like, shit, I'm crying. I'm like, we're not getting on the cruise. And then like finally we got through. It was like a big emotional day for everybody. And there was a lot of people that didn't get on.
It sells out fast.
We're going to coordinate.
It sells out like that.
We're going to coordinate. We got 4 people. I'm going to have my fiance be and we're all going to order 5 tickets. And then whichever one gets through, if 2 of us get through, then you just cancel the order or whatever. But like 5 people working as one,
I can't do, this is
for a common goal.
Yeah.
I want to do a podcast from there. Like we just.
Yes, absolutely.
That's for my
And Backstreet Boys they have one too, and it's amazing.
That's got to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had our issues with.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They go into, there's theme nights, like you dress up. That's what we do for New Kids too. And they come into the crowd and they hang out
But yeah, no, it's really a thing. And it is an experience.
yes.
And it's
I'm
fun.
so glad that I'm so glad we brought up the cruise.
We're going.
Oh, I'm writing this down.
100%.
No, like, I'm like, going. I don't think you get like we're going. We're doing it. That's a thing.
Good. Good. You got to get your
Good.
door decorations all figured out. You
Yeah.
got to get your
Door
costumes
decorations
figured out.
Oh yeah.
Door decorations.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Oh,
my
yeah.
door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you can be on our photo group because you got to get your photo group together.
Yep,
so
you
just
got to
come
get your
on with
photo group
us.
together. You got to
100%.
stand. You got to stand with your favorite.
I just want
Right.
So
vendors and listen to music. I don't. Okay.
No. My fiance Shannon has been on 9 Disney cruises in her life.
Oh, wow.
So she knows like, door decorations, all this stuff. I'm like, I went on one cruise in 2004. It was the best 10 days of my childhood. And I'm
I
just
went
like,
on
yeah,
a
no,
cruise
I
in
gotta go back.
2004. That
Was it Royal
that-
Caribbean?
No, it was no. I actually was the same boat. So I didn't even get a chance to have a different boat. It was the Victory, and it was for Cruise X for New Kids. It was the Victory. So I was like, I used to have the freaking same ship. What the hell? So yeah.
You still got the party
2004.
with New Kids though.
Yeah, I sure did. I sure did.
We
Had a little
broke
bit
the
too
boat.
much to drink on 70s night, but other than
Yeah, you
that,
did.
yeah.
As
You
long as you
forget
still
it.
got a pulse and your stomach's not getting pumped,
Right.
it's all
You
it's
just
all good
forget,
fun.
like, because you're in your element, and people are like, here, Nikki, here, have this. And I'm like, okay, tequila.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
You always know what you're doing. Like your door's decked out in your own decoration. That's nice.
yeah.
That's right.
Right.
You just go down the halls until you see.
I
Like,
didn't
we
put
see- until we
Jordan
saw
in
our
my
paper
door, I
plates.
just put Joey. You would know it's your room.
Well, and you also they have things that have your room. You keep your sale card on. So then I'd be like, in my room, here it is. Here's my room. No, Brooke stayed with me that night. So that was good.
Genuine question: how many straight guys are there on that ship?
A lot, actually.
Really?
A lot. Because
Husbands go, boyfriends
husbands go, and then just guys who are
Then
fans
there's some
go.
single guys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, but
some.
there are. Yes.
All right. Right.
So
Great.
yeah.
Here for it.
Awesome.
I'm very much here for it.
I'm so glad we brought it up.
I know. No.
I can't believe I didn't know the boy band cruises were a thing.
That's okay.
Well, now you're
Seriously.
going to research and you're going to know all
Yes.
about them.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We're gonna have an
You're gonna
I'm like
be
a dog with a
down.
bone.
You're
yeah.
gonna be like, holy shit, like this is
That'll be another season 3.
That will be another season 3.
Boy band cruises to go on, and that's gonna be an episode. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's amazing. Okay. So we have to talk about BDE.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
This
we
is
do.
my favorite topic.
This is Brooke's favorite topic, yes.
So, no, it's not, but it is. But I appreciate
No, but
it
kinda.
very much. What?
No, but kinda.
But kinda.
Yeah.
So, I listened to that episode. It was great. I have just one thing.
There was a glaring omission.
Oh God. I'm sure there was, but like
Is that
trying
what
to
you're gonna say, Brooke?
I'm trying to think of who it could
Oh.
be.
Because Donnie was
Oh, okay.
What were you gonna say?
Harry Styles.
real. Well, he was on, wasn't he on?
No,
Yeah.
I think I don't know if either we had him in the bottom 10 or we had him as an
Oh,
honorable
crap.
mention because we said like Harry now has
Yes.
the most big dick energy of
Yes, yes,
anybody
yes.
in the game.
No.
Oh
So
my god,
that's-
I'm so sorry if he was on. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
I was-
It's okay.
any of
I
the
was like,
rankings that we
wait a
do,
second.
like when we talk about like vocals or big dick energy, like we are talking about like when they were with the group. Like like we were saying, like Nick Carter's voice, I think is matured and has got much better now than I think it was more whiny back there. So I wouldn't say he was a great vocalist then, but now Duke had sang. So I'm like, yeah, if we were gonna do it
Masked
based on
Singer.
what they could do now,
Yeah.
that's what I was telling Josh. I'm like, dude, like he's singing Journey, he's singing Bon Jovi. These are not easy songs to sing,
No.
Hear it.
and that I would never expect.
Okay. So when you put it that way, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But in any other scenario or realm or whatever, Harry Styles is always going to be number one. Always 100%. in my life, in the next life, and in the past life.
Ah.
Always number one. Always.
Wow.
Oh, my fiance is the same way. She would leave me for Harry Styles in 0.01 seconds. Like,
yeah, no, I would leave my husband in a second.
I wouldn't blame her
Elizabeth?
either. I wouldn't blame her. I'd be like, yeah, no, yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
I would.
Really, Harry Styles?
Harry Styles. Yeah.
That's a good looking dude. He's a good looking dude. He's a talented dude. Yeah, he's successful. Like, and just the confidence and swagger, like, just
Big dick energy. He has big dick energy.
I know.
He
like,
does. I mean, he can wear a grandma sweater
Right.
and pearls and a skirt. And
Yeah.
I'm like 100% here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I had a really nice dream about him, and he was super sweet.
Yeah.
He seems like a sweetheart. Like just
he
watching
does.
videos of him or whatever. Like I've seen him like on stage with Lizzo, like in clips and whatnot.
Love
I'm
it.
like,
Yes.
you can tell this guy has fun. Like he doesn't seem like an asshole.
I do like
No, he doesn't at all. Which I mean, he really could be. And
If
know,
he
he's
if
not.
he is, he puts on a really good front.
no, I mean like
because,
he
yeah.
could be like because of his status, but he's not. Like he's just like
No,
Oh, yeah.
he seems genuine.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I've never met him. I've never seen him in concert, but I need to. I'm putting this in the universe. I need tickets to Boston, October
I thought we were
2021.
going. We were gonna try to go.
Yeah, we got to get tickets.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I think it's sold out or
Oh.
nearly sold out.
Okay.
So we need to get tickets. Universe.
Okay. Hey,
Make it
it's
happen,
worked before.
universe.
It has worked before.
You another glaring omission, and I'm not just saying that because he's my favorite. I'm saying that because it's the truth. Is Joey McIntyre has BDE
Does-
big time, big
Joey?
time.
I like
yes.
Joey. I like his solo. I love You Came Too Late. It's one of like my favorite and I feel like no one ever talks about. I love that.
I love that song. I
mentioned
love it.
I
Love
think
it.
we
Love
mentioned
it.
in we mentioned it one time on one of our episodes. I do like Joey. I don't get BDE from him though. I don't.
So, and
Really?
I will say one thing about Joey. Like I think he looks a lot more confident now. Again, yeah. If we were gonna do it now, like I could see the argument, but like ranking based on like what they were at the time, like he was like 12, 14. And I'm like, I can't say that this.
Well, I'm thinking of him when he was like 16, 17, and he was like taking the stage and he was like thrusting, and I didn't even know what was going on because I was like 10. I was like, okay.
But I'm here for it. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, but I'm here for it.
Donnie's enough
Exactly.
BDE for everyone in that group.
Yeah, Donnie, yes,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
1000%.
Yeah.
1000% is right.
Wait,
Oh
so
my
who was the
gosh.
number one?
AJ.
AJ.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because he wore a crop top. Yes.
She does listen. I love it.
Yes. Yes. I
mean,
agree.
the nail polish, the crazy hair.
he does not
the
give a
hats,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
love it.
he was like Harry Styles before Harry in terms of
Yes.
that, like, I'm just gonna wear what I want to wear, and people are and like women are still gonna like
Hmm.
think that I'm sexy. And it's
Right.
true. So, you
Yeah,
know,
he's fantastic too. I mean, all the Backstreet Boys, all the One Direction guys, all the boy band guys. I love them. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I thought that you got the list pretty spot on though.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
I love that Lance was on there.
Yes.
I was so because I'm like, yes. Everything you were saying, I'm like, you are right. You are yes. Yes. I was saying it out loud, and people were probably like, what is she talking about? my daughter's next door, like, what's she, you know? But
Mom, why are you
So-
talking about big dick energy?
yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, Bryn, you will learn.
Yes. She
One
loves
day.
Harry Styles, so yeah.
So she's very well aware of what big dick energy.
she
is.
gets
Yes,
it.
she is. She surely does. Yes.
Oh, I just love it.
She
so
just doesn't know what it's called, but yeah.
Right.
maybe
She's
she
so
does.
confident.
Maybe she does. I mean,
Sure.
she's 15.
It's like when-
so
when
give me,
you were
yeah.
10,
She
you
probably
saw
does.
she
Joey
knows.
McIntyre thrusting on stage when he was 16, 17. You knew what BDE is. What that would be knowing what BDE was. No,
You're right.
same thing. Intuition. BDE.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I just love it.
I love it.
I just love it. I love all of it. All right. So we need to let everybody know if they don't know who you are, where they can find you,
Mhm.
social media, all that. Give us your info.
Okay, so we are New Pod on the Block. You can follow us on Instagram at New Pod on the Block. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're pretty much on all podcast platforms. We have 2 seasons. They're all like evergreen episodes. So like, you know, you can listen to them whenever, you can binge them. We are in the middle of a tournament or a bracket challenge, which is coming to an end, sadly. But by
the time this episode airs, it'll be wrapped up.
Right.
Holy NSYNC, by the way. Holy NSYNC.
Yeah. We some election interference going on. I think.
I was like, where are the Backstreet Boys fans? I guess they didn't show up to the
Well, I
polls.
kind of
like,
scolded the Backstreet Boys fans in one episode. So I think I might have scared some of them away. This is why.
Wait, what did you do?
So, okay. In round 1, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely was matched up against O-Town, All or Nothing. And
I'm 100%. 100%.
Thank you. And Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely won. And I just couldn't fathom how could
and you're not even an O-Town fan.
I don't like O-Town. It's the only song I like.
Yeah.
Literally, it's the only song I like from O-Town. But All or Nothing is one of the greatest boy band ballads of all time, period. Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely is just this average Backstreet Boys song that made it into our bracket because of how well it did in the charts. If it didn't do anything in the charts, it would have never been in the bracket in the first place. So I got mad at the Backstreet Boys fans. I'm like, you're not being objective. Like, you cannot sit here and tell me All or Nothing is a worse song than Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. And I had a rant that just...
The full rant, for those of you who want to listen in, can be found on our Instagram. Or it was our IGTV channel, but I think it's also on our Instagram main page. Yeah. So if you don't want to listen to the full episode, you could just go to our Instagram and you'll see Josh's tirade against the Backstreet Boys fans, which is highly entertaining because Josh is like he's animated, but Josh never really like launches into a rant like that. So like when he does, I just grab my popcorn and sit back.
That's awesome.
We had a few rants. Mike, I wanted that lost in a couple rounds ago, and Mike just couldn't fathom that, even though, you know, I think it lost to an NSYNC song. He still was just like, I don't know how this happened. So yeah, we you know,
we're good for like one rant every other episode.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, we're good for like one out of every 2.
Yeah.
But
I'm here for the rants.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're very animated. I think they're a lot of fun personally, whether it's I'm the one giving them or the one listening to Josh, like, and being, you know, 2 feet away from him. Like, it's always a thrill for me. I don't know if our fans love them. I would love to find out, like, hey guys, like, just tone it down. Like, we, you know, calm down. Or if they're like, we're here for this. We want you to go nuts more often.
I'm here for it. I like opinions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like strong opinions.
Yes.
And you know what? If you are going to, you know, stand on that and own that, then hey,
right.
So be it.
Right.
And I agree with you, Josh.
Thank you.
I was firmly behind him in that, like, All or Nothing and Show Me the Meaning. It's like it's not even comparable. At least like I want it that way versus Tear Out of My Heart. I could be like, I mean, I want that we should not have lost, but like in some way I can kind of understand it. But like All or Nothing and Show Me the Meaning, it just makes no sense to me. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to get like, you know, one Backstreet Boys song in there, an NSYNC song, a New Kids on the Block song, and or just like a random song in there. It would make a cool Final Four. But right now our Final Four is 3 NSYNC songs. 3 NSYNC songs, which was my fear. Like, and I was very meticulous in putting this bracket together because it was tough just to pick the 64 songs that we were going to even put in the bracket, and then we had to seed them. And I'm like, okay, well, we have 8 NSYNC songs, 8 Backstreet Boys, so let's put 2 in each region. And then we're like trying to figure, okay, you know, we know Bye 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 is one of their stronger songs, and you know, This I Promise You is not as strong. So like maybe we put those 2 in the same. This way we're not going to put, you know, 2 of the better NSYNC songs in one bracket. And it's just, you know, you got to try to really mix it up. I was kind of hoping for either like a 2 and 2 or like 2, 1 and 1, like with New Kids or something like that. Something to mix it up. My fear was an all NSYNC or all Backstreet Boys, all New Kids Final Four. Cause then it's like, if you love that group, terrific. But if you don't, or if you just like other boy bands, you're going to be like, why even bother with this? Right.
When does it close?
So next week is going to be the championship. Yeah. So the voting for the Fab Four just wrapped up yesterday.
Okay.
What's today? Today's Friday. Oh, this afternoon it just wrapped up. So we're going to have Bye 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 versus It's Gonna Be Me in the official, unofficial greatest boy band songs of all time that we could remember bracket. Step by Step Lost. Yeah. Both. So Step by Step Lost and Tear Out of My Heart Lost, I think, was the other one. And both songs got crushed. It was like 80% to 20%. Like, not even both of them. Not even close. But I don't know. Now we'll
see.
We'll see. What a great idea, though. That's so cool.
It was fun.
That is
Like
a great
Yeah,
idea.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun, even though there's election interference with some NSYNC account.
But
Yeah.
but now we know for next season, if we do a similar bracket of doing something else, maybe not songs, now we have a better handle on what we're going to do and how we want to do it and whatnot. But
Mhm.
we'll see.
Awesome.
I think that's awesome.
Well,
It's
I'm
a lot
going to
of
put
fun.
all of your information on our website, so you guys can go to mysocalledwhatever.com, and you don't have to worry about remembering it. Just go, and all the links will be there, so you can find them.
Appreciate it. Thank
So,
you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was fun.
Good time.
This
Yeah,
was so fun.
Gotta have you on.
my cheeks hurt from smiling and blushing so much tonight.
It
so
was
like,
so fun.
It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
no, thank you for having us. We can't wait to have you on ours. Like I said, this was a blast, and can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I was just going to
Please.
say, this can't be the only time. You guys got to come back, and we got to have some kind of theme. It will be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like
Oh my
I
gosh,
think
yes.
I thought that this was a lot of fun. I think if you get Josh and I like in the same room and we're like doing this to get like
Yeah.
you'll feel that energy and that chemistry that we have. Like it's just so much
Awesome.
better when we're in the same room. But
Same with us.
Yeah,
We're the same. Yeah.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
because we just because we look at each other, just being there and feeling what
Yes.
you can just feel what
You
each other
feel the
feels.
moment, and
Yes.
yeah, like I said, we tried recording one episode like via Zoom or like phone, like and it was just different.
It
You,
didn't
you
feel
just
right.
it feels bland, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you get in the room and like I can like look in the like out of my peripheral and like see Josh like like giggling or smile. Like when I was like perfect example when I was launching into my "I Want It That Way" tirade. Josh is over right next to me, like like he's like dancing, and it's like I want to still be mad that I Want It That Way lost because that was my pick to win it all. And like, but how do you stay mad when he's just sitting there just like dancing and smiling? And I'm like, I can't with this right now. But those are things that don't happen like
Yeah,
if you're not in the same room and you don't, unless you know each other that well.
right. That's true. I mean, we're able to do it a little bit better just because we've been used to it for so long. Like, but I do prefer us together rather than separate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for podcast hosting or any kind of it's just different. Like it's one thing if your guest is on the other side of the country. It's like this is the only way we're gonna get you. Like we're not gonna get
Right.
Donnie Wahlberg like to come into our room, but like so yeah, we'll do a phone call for that or we'll do a Zoom call for that. But like yeah, your co-host like always better to be in the same room.
Yeah.
Totally. So,
All right.
guys, thank you so much. You both
Yeah.
are amazing. We love your
Yes.
podcast. We love what you're
Yes.
doing.
Yes.
And,
Go listen.
we'll do this again.
Seriously, go listen. Just do
100%.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you so much.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
We'll be loving you forever.
Forever and ever.
Bye.
Bye.